Hi, a few things to bore the pants or panties of my viewers. I don't just communicate via the web, so in addition to the mouse or laptop pointing device, I occasionally make use of a pen. Now some here might be too young and will not have heard of this, so for them a pen is a writing instrument old people like me used to use regularly. We'd write on something called paper and card. Any personal thoughts, letters, dreams, or messages to loved ones would be written on these almost obsolete materials and then stored or sent. I do still use pens, but I'm down to my last few, so it was a very nice surprise when I opened my mailbox a few days ago to be greeted with this. I've never drunk Irn-Bru before, so I'm not sponsoring them, but why would someone post 10 pens through my mailbox? The second thing I want to mention is a potentially hazardous cycle ride I had yesterday. Riding to Asda in Charlton, which is a 3 to 4 mile ride, I got as far as Greenwich when the stem that my handlebars are attached to suddenly snapped. Fortunately, I wasn't doing my usual 60 miles per hour average speed, as I was at some traffic lights, and when they turned green and I began to apply some power, off they came. I managed to stay upright, but luck or fate was on my side because this could have been very dangerous. Unlike the catalytic converter, which could have been sabotaged as part of my targeting, this near catastrophe was just down to metal fatigue caused by my leaving the bike overnight in all weather since 2017 as I sleep in the car. I did have a pleasant 3-mile walk back to the flat carrying the bike on my shoulder, but no harm done. To pay for monthly car parking fees, repairs to the bike, replacement bits for the car, I have been trying to sell and have sold some stuff on eBay, but most of the money will be from my brother, and I probably owe him thousands now. On the subject of turning green, I've been made aware of a new word being directed my way when I'm out and about on my bike, and for a change it's not an abusive or threatening one. The word is Hulk, H-U-L-K. The obvious explanation for this is because when I get angry, as I often do, I go into an uncontrollable rage which triggers an amazing transformation of my whole body and head, which turn green, and I look like, well, the Hulk. The first time this happened was extremely embarrassing because I was in Oxford Street in the West End, which in a pre-COVID era was always busy. Someone walked past me and said, "You're an ugly fucking cunt," which I took exception to, and so I confronted the guy who pretended he hadn't said anything. I said to him, "Don't make me angry, you won't like me when I'm angry." What I meant by that is, don't underestimate me. I may be 5'1" small and weigh 8 stone, but I pack a punch. Within a minute or so, my very first transformation was complete. My shirt was in tatters, but still just about on. I looked in consternation at my newly muscled and powerful green arms. My physique was impressive, but when I bowed my head towards my lower half, my trousers were on the floor. My legs were huge, but horrifyingly I went commando that day, and my nakedness was there for all to see. And the worst thing was that although my whole body and head was now unrecognisably huge and powerful, my penis hadn't grown one bit. and I looked like a trans version of the Hulk post-op. It was mortifying. Over the years, since that first transformation, I've tried to temper my temper, and always now wear personally tailored boxer shorts which remain in place whenever I transform into that alter ego. If you believed any of that last paragraph, then I'm afraid you're as gullible as all those healthy people voluntarily getting jabbed. But I am hearing the word Hulk directed at me, and maybe it's because they're implying I'm as green as I am ugly. The whole of Peckham, it seems, is complicit in keeping silent about this X-rated version of the Truman Show with a bit of torture thrown in, though the majority aren't aware that I'm only too aware of what they know, but I do believe they're totally ignorant of this targeting program. If they're not, and they do know about it, then they are twisted sickos.